So recording is on. So in the last lecture, we have seen Flex basics. What we have seen? Flex basics. Okay. Now, day 40, new index.html. Index.html, HTML5, and CSS3 Flexbox. So this is a nice documentation if you wanna learn the Flex.
Is this site?
Yes, this is the site. So what we have seen?
Can you send me the?
Yes, yes. So what we have seen, Flex direction we have seen. Okay.
Yes.
Now there is something called as Flex wrap. Okay. There is something
Let's
called Flex wrap, a little bit advanced thing. Let's create a UI first for the Flex wrap. So what we will have, main, and into the main we will have a div class box, class what, box, and let me create the style here itself, dot box, color tomato, or background color, I'm sorry, background tomato, width 100 pixels, height 100 pixels. Yes.
For background, there is a background. For color means color is a text color.
Only color. Yeah, background is a background color and color is a foreground color.
Right. And what about font?
Font.
I mean font style, font size, like that.
Yeah, we have a font size. See, font size and 2em. Okay. Font weight bold. Okay, so let's have one over here. One. Let's have 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And text align center.
Font name.
Font name we don't require presently, but we can give font name also.
The font name is the property.
No, there is a different. We'll see. We'll see font separately. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's give little margin. Margin 8 pixel. A little margin 8 pixel. And to the main, I will assign flex main. Display flex. What is the direction? By default direction. What is the default direction of the flex?
Horizontal.
Yes, that's the row. Now here, if you wanna make, okay, let's do one thing.
Here you mentioned only margin, not top, left, right? So margin will consider from all
Four
sides.
sides, correct.
So this is the, we can say, if we want to specify equal size from all the sides.
No, just a minute. The way border is a shorthand property for three properties. This is also shorthand property to set the values from all four sides.
Okay.
This is a shorthand notation. The way we have a border, in the same way we have this. So to the main, I will set width as 400 pixel. Okay. And can you see now? And let's apply the border 1px solid red. Okay, can you see 400 px is only this much? Now what I wanted to do here, I wanted to apply flex wrap, refresh it. Can you see wrap? Wrap means what? If there is a no space, it will come down over here. Let's assign height 100 VW. VH. Refresh it. Can you see? 100 VH. Height is full height. And when you say wrap, if I remove this wrap and say no wrap, they will crunch and adjust in the same space. Right? And here wrapping will happen. Say wrap. Whatever adjust, that will fit over here.
Just like in Excel we wrap the content.
Correct.
Yeah.
In the same fashion.
Yeah.
Now, one more property comes. Align content. Now see, if I say center, see, align content. Whenever you applied wrap, at that time, 2 rows have been created. Technically, this is a 1 row. Yes or no?
Yes.
Technically, this is a 1 row. And because of the wrap, 2 rows have been created. Now, if you want to apply justification over these newly created rows, you can say align. Now, let's see here. Align items and center. Align item center. Can you see? So whole thing would be centered. Whole thing. So this 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 is a 1 row. You getting my point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 is a 1 row. And that is whole getting centered. Align items. Now you can say flex end. See, whole will go to the end. This much is 1 row will go to the end. Flex start. 1 row will go to the start. Align items will consider no matter it is divided into n rows, divided into rows, many rows. It will consider it as single row. It will consider it as what? Single row. And then it will apply the justification and other things. I hope you are getting my point.
Yeah.
Right? Align start. Flex start. Align items will operate on one row. Okay, I will delete this, otherwise it will create a trouble. Flex start. Now if you see here, you will not find justify related things because you cannot do it. Justification will happen on the main axis, but here it is divided, and that's why align items can be centered. Align items can be centered, flex start, flex end, stretch, like that. So here we can say stretch. When you say stretch, nothing will happen right now. Or start, I can say. Let me comment this out, and now look at the content. Align content. Can you see here, you will get space between, space around, all that properties. So here you can say center, like this. This is at the center. Or if you wanna take it as at start, it will go at the start. Or if you wanna take it at the end, it will go it at the end. Or if you wanna do something like this, space between, it will create the space between this thing. Or you can say space around, it will create this even space around this. That will be impacted only and only when wrapping will happen. Wrapping creates multiple rows. Wrapping creates multiple rows. Right? Wrapping creates multiple rows. Do you understand this or not?
I understand the concept of wrapping, but I'm a bit confused about this align atoms and align content.
Okay, you need to practice it. Then you will understand what's happening exactly.
Okay.
Correct? Align content. Align items, that will happen on the main axis. Align content will come into the picture only when wrapping effect is there. Due to the wrapping, multiple rows have been created. Flex wrap. Got it? Flex wrap. Hello?
Yeah. I'm working. Align content will work only in wrapping.
Correct. Now, if you say align content stretch, the elements would be stretched. Okay. Now, because of these things, let's comment this out. This, the stretch effect is this. If you comment this stretch effect,
So what you commented?
stretch. Okay, it will not work in this way. Just a minute. It will not work in this way. Few more properties we need to add. But for this demo, remember this thing. Now, what we need to do? What we need to do? Flex grow property. Flex what? Grow. What do you mean by flex grow?
Flex area, you can increase the flex area.
Flex grow. Okay, let's have new index 02.html, html5, and here we can have main, then div, sorry, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, style, flex grow, shrink, sorry, flex grow, shrink, like this. So here box, here we can say box, background, tomato. Okay, now see, text align center, text size, or sorry, font size 2em, and let's apply class box. Class box 02.html, main, flex display, flex, here we can say margin 10 pixels. Now see, there is no width and height we have applied. There is no width and height we have applied. Hello?
Yeah. Yes.
Now here we can say dot box dot nth dot box colon, what is this? Nth of type 1. Can you tell me what is this? Flex grow 1. Flex grow 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. What it will select? And 1. See here. Flex grow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Refresh it. And see here, the width of 3 is higher. If you make 3, little more higher. You didn't set the width parameter. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what yesterday I told you on the last lecture, I think. In this batch or in which batch? Okay.
Regarding what?
the auto width.
No, we have not.
So here there is no width. We can set the height. We can set the height of parent, say 20 VH. And can you see here, the width of this third is getting selected or is getting set automatically. What do you mean by, so I ask you a question, what do you mean by this?
These are
Pseudo classes, correct. So pseudo selectors we have, and by means of that box we are selecting the first element whose type is box, who has attached the class box. We are selecting second element who has attached nth of type this box, right? Meaning of this, so if you want to see this, select the element, first element to whom box class is attached. Select first element to whom the box class is attached. What is the flex grow? Flex grow. Is this the flex grow? Can you see? The grow means how much? If this is a 1 unit, one means this much width is 1 unit. This much width is 1 unit. Then these are the 3 units. We are allocating 3 units to this element.
right.
That is nothing but what? Flex grow. Right? Flex grow. Then similarly to the flex grow, there is a flex shrink. There is what? Flex shrink. Now how do you apply?
Anirudh, to use all these flex group, first we have to define the its display as flex.
Flex, yeah.
It's a must.
Yeah, it is a must. We are understanding the flex layout.
Right. So it is must.
Yeah, this is must.
So you are setting this property to the main.
Main is a flex container.
Yeah, it's content.
Right, and you are setting it to the child.
Yeah.
To whom you are setting this property? To child. These will undergo flex grow and flex shrink.
So like from just scroll above.
Uh-huh.
You are saying like consider main as a flex layout.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And in the flex layout, these are the properties and arrange these according to the flex layout.
Correct.
So whatever the elements you write in the main, they all will behave as a part of flex layout. Right? Means
Yes.
suppose here if you add a button or any text, you are added into the main. So they all will be a part of main.
Main, yes.
Flex will be applied to whatever the property are using, all those will be applied.
In the main would be your flex container.
Correct. So it will arrange in that container.
It will arrange in the main container. Whatever elements you will write inside that is would be applied to the flex. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now flex shrink. So for flex shrink, let's have only 2 things. If there is a no space, who will shrink first? What I'm saying? If there is a no space, who will shrink first? Okay. Now here we need to apply flex grow also. Flex grow and flex shrink. You can say 1 and flex, let's say flex grow 2. This is 1. Flex shrink 2. Okay, these 2 elements we have. Refresh it. Okay, now inspect it. I will go to the responsive mode. Now if you see the second thing, flex shrink, is shrinking faster than the flex 1, first element. So how flex grow 3, flex shrink 2. Just refresh it. Okay, they are doing in the same thing. Flex shrink 1. Oh, I think I didn't refresh it. So flex shrink 3. One, two, 1, 2. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah.
Flex grow shrink basis. Okay, grow shrink basis. Let's give, I think we need to cover this basis also. Here we can say 20 VW and 20 VW. So this is 1, 1. This is 2, 2. The shrinking factor is not getting applied. Why? What's the reason? It is not expected as expected. Flex grow, flex shrink, flex grow, flex shrink, flex grow, flex shrink.
Maybe Aniruddha, you have to add some more
Elements.
elements, yeah, because for 2 elements, it will fit into that particular area. So means there it is not getting the opportunity to shrink.
No, but
Means it will consider grow entire the page, right?
uh-huh.
So the 2 elements can fit properly. Is it like that?
No,
Just a guess, sir. I don't know.
that is okay. But I think that is flex grow shrink basis. Okay, grow shrink basis. 1, 1, 20 VW. 2, 2 grow shrink 2. That should work actually. Okay, now see here. Can you see this 2 is getting shrinked?
Mm-hmm.
Before the faster, 2 is getting shrink faster than 1. Can you see that?
Right.
2 is getting shrink faster than 1. This is the
Mm.
flex shrink. Why not
So,
VW? Just a minute. VW. VW. It should work with, oh, I got it. So why we are not understanding, the EM is actually here also it is working, but the scale, the VW and the EM, okay, let's make it percentage. I got it. The shrinking factor for the EM is faster than the percent units like this. Now, what I mean to say, the EM will shrink faster than percent. That's why effect is different for EM over here. If you do EM, first try to understand what is flex basis. Whenever, whenever, okay, just remove this also. When you say,
now first one is building faster. No?
no, but that width is smaller. First
Okay.
one has a smaller width, and if you see, the two has a more width,
Mm-hmm.
and two coming to the same width as a one
First.
in a same way.
Mm-hmm.
That is the shrinking factor getting applied. And whenever you do the flex basis in EM, you see the effect, because EM shrinks faster than other percent base units. You see here. Can you see? Now, three properties we have seen: flex grow, flex shrink, flex basis. So when you talk about the flex basis, it is nothing but that a width which is getting set automatically, width that is getting set automatically in the beginning. Flex basis. So when you say flex basis, the initial main size of the flex item, initial size. What is the flex basis? Initial, because width is getting assigned automatically over here. You can give auto also, and you can give auto also. Flex basis means what? The initial size, and that is, initial size is dependent on the flex grow, flex shrink properties. Flex grow property precisely. So here we didn't assign the width anywhere. There is no width. Then how width is getting set? By means of this grow. And what is the initial width? You set to the 20 em. Here also you can set to the 20 em. Initially, before applying any grow shrink, there would be the 20 em. Initially, those would be the 20 em. Okay, that's the flex basis. Now, if you don't, same thing can be written in a one line. Flex to 20 em. This is the shorthand notation. Can you see? Specifies the components of the flexible length. Flex grow factor, flex grow factor, flex shrink factor, and the flex basis. If you don't want to write this three lines, you can write it in a one line. It's a shorthand notation like border. Okay.
Yeah. So one question, like when we use these flex properties, means you are I mean the web page, if you are going and shifting in that case.
Yes, responsive layouts. If you have a responsive layouts, now see, they have, can you see, the things are happening in a proper way. Now when to collapse this menu bar, and when to add it in this thing, at that time you would need all these things. Can you see whole system is getting shrinked? Something different is happening over here, and here you will find flex are heavily applied. If you go layout, can you see all these are the flexes, flex overlays. This is the flex. Remember, whole is the flex. If you see that whole menu is the flex. That whole menu is the flex, and here you will find somewhere, if you search it, you will find it that flex have been applied. So if you want to implement a fully responsive websites like this, right now, see this disappears. Now whose width should be given how much priority? What should be priority of? Can you see this disappears over here? What priority should be given to this width, this width, this width? Flex, grow, shrink will help you in that case.
So, I mean, the content which disappears,
At what rate?
right? But they may have their shrink property higher.
Correct. So this menu I need to shrink very fast than this menu.
Right. So the right hand side menu shrink is more than the left.
Correct. Correct. At that time, you will use shrink grow basis. Basis is initial width. Flex
So
grow
basis is
must, yeah. Otherwise, it would be auto.
last time you said we will discuss about auto.
Auto, correct.
Yeah, we have discussed.
No, see, this auto property means what? It will automatically decide how much to give. To the flex basis, if you assign auto, you are not allowed to specify this static data, this static value. It will automatically decide internally what would be the width, best width, automatically. Can you see? You can check here as well in a computed. Yeah, so how much is this width? How much is this width? Yeah, can you see here? Total is 1396 into 65 by 4. And if you can see this box, 475.34 into 45.4. This also. Height is same 45 by 4, but width is getting changed. Now who assigned this width? Auto. Who assigned this width? You didn't specify this number 898.66. Now here you can give in a pixel also 300 pixel. But 300 pixel will not work. Why? Because this is generic. This is generic. It will not work. Let's give 200 pixel. Pixel based system will not work over here actually. If you see, this is actually box 1. The shaded portion is actually width of the back box 1. And can you see that arrow is going from the end to that? That has been given to you by the group, right?
Yeah.
That has been given to you by the group. That's what the meaning of that arrow is. See, actual width is 200 pixel, that much.
And we can grow till this. Like that?
Yeah, like that. So it is growing till this presently.
Bottom we are selecting everything, which I mean,
This box.
see all these layouts.
So here you can go to the layout, the
Mhm.
Flexbox. If it is untick, make a tick over here
Mhm.
and hover the cursor over your on these things.
And these two commerce items.
Just a minute. Huh?
Yeah.
700 px to the second we have given. Now can you see this much is the 700 pixel? That is
Mhm.
actually correct.
Mhm.
And it is growing in the direction of that arrow.
Mhm. So pixel is also working.
Yeah, pixel is working, but I just have given for the example. You don't need to use up here absolute units.
So best is
Auto, yeah. Let it decide. Now see, there is no arrow because length is auto decided.
Mhm.
That is how the flex, grow, shrink, and basis are. Okay. So align content we have seen, flex, grow, shrink, basis. Fine then, we'll conclude today's session. We'll meet tomorrow.
And can you just go to the footnotes?
Just a minute, I'll stop the recording.